What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 114. 114 episodes. We're killing it. The Special Conditions, the TCG podcast, where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I am joined by my lovely co-host who's right here. This is Ken. Knock, knock.
Hi, Adam.
How's it going?
What's up, Adam? How are you?
I'm doing fabulous now that we're talking about cards.
So we are live streaming this right now on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter and all that good stuff. We just recorded a live stream of our Lured Up podcast just before this. We got into a pretty awesome discussion at the end of the show that was kind of heavy. So we're out of that now, and now we could talk about shiny pieces of cardboard that cost way too much money, and get a little lighter. Get a little lighter. What do you say?
Oh, I love it. I love it. So on today's show, our card of the week is going to be Radiant Greninja, and we'll discuss how this $2 card, which is unreal, like that they're so cheap.
It's going to go up. I think it's going to go up.
It's become such a high performer. Rip into some packs and give out some TCG codes as per usual, because like that's a thing. I feel like we should just do like one of these streams and just give out codes like the whole time.
That's fine. I don't even know if I have a pack. I'm slacking.
Well, if you don't, I've got two.
All right, good.
Mewtwo is featured in our art of the week, so we're gonna get side striking and shadow balling, and because it's all the rage in Pokemon Go, right?
It is.
Pokebeach gives us a preview of Lost Origin, and with it, an unusual release date.
Yep.
What does this mean? And then the Japan Championships and Milwaukee Regionals were this past weekend, and the top decks give up some unique lists. Like Blissey got second. I was like, Ken, I immediately sent it to you.
It sure did. You sent me the whole picture of the entire list, and you were like, second place. This is amazing. So very, very cool. But Adam, we got plenty to talk about. I think we should just jump right into it.
Let's just do it. We've got Radiant Greninja.
The price has gone up by like 5 cents since I put the notes together. No. So the price is increasing.
Look at the price history. It just when it was a steep curve down, and it just keeps getting lower.
I think it's going to go back up now that it's getting some fanfare. But why don't you tell me about this card and why it's so popular right now and how it works with some of the current cards in the meta?
So Radiant Greninja, it's a Radiant Pokemon, so meaning you can only have one Radiant Pokemon in your deck. It's a basic. It has 130 hit points. It's water. It has an ability called Conceal Cards. This is what makes it so good. It says you must discard an energy. It doesn't say what type of energy. It just says an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. You might say, wow, that sounds okay, but it's great.
Is it because of the special energy thing?
No. Okay, so hear me out. You've got Metal Saucer, so you can suck up metal energies to your metal Pokemon from the discard.
Right.
That's huge. Then you've got lightning energies, so you discard a lightning energy with this, draw 2 cards. Oh, you've put a Flaffy down, then you suck up the lightning energy. Or with the brand new Darkrai that just came out, you can Dark Patch after discarding a dark energy, or you can use the the shell thing. The dark shell guy. Oh man, Samurott.
Samurott. Yep, Hisuian Samurott. Yep.
So there's plenty of decks that can utilize this, and then just in general, it can be any energy. So it can literally live in any deck.
So is this card typically making its way to the active spot, or is this a benched card?
This is a bench card, and it's got 130 hit points, so it's not something that's going to get easily sniped off the bench, or it's not going to get quick shot. The Inteleon that does 20 damage a turn. It's not going to. This is literally 7 turns of quick shotting.
Yeah.
in order to make it happen. So it's pretty well protected. It's got a 1 retreat cost, so even if they boss's order to like bring it up, you can just attach and retreat. It's such a nice card. And then with a lot of the newer card, like just water in general is really good right now. So I mean, let's not talk about Palkia that we already talked about last week. But you can discard a water energy and draw 2.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And then, so its attack, it's got 2 waters and a colorless Moonlight Shoryuken. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Or just 2 of your opponent's Pokemon in general. So if they have 2 Drizzles out, you just pow, they're dead.
Wow.
I literally just envisioned Greninja like jumping up and throwing like his water shurikens.
Shoryuken. But no, I thought it was really cool that we're starting to see this in some of the lists that are performing in the regionals and stuff like that. So we'll kind of look through that. But like perfectly timed, Pokemon.com puts out a article talking about how to play Radiant Greninja and the different applications that it could have, and it got some of the top players currently to kind of put their thoughts together of cards that it can pair with, like Liepard, and I think Tord Rekliv has a list down here too, and talks about Temples of Sinnoh. But there's just a lot of play here for Radiant Greninja. So I mean, is this something that we're probably going to see as a staple? Like, are people going to all... I mean, it's only you can only run one Radiant, right? So it's not going to have too much of an impact of inserting this in.
That's the whole point. Like, so consistency is key. Consistency is king. Consistency over everything. If your deck is consistent, you'll consistently win. So, yeah, you could throw in the Radiant Heatran that does damage, but that is all based on an attack. Or you could throw in the Hawlucha that gives your Pokemon, or your basic Pokemon, an extra 20 attack damage, which is okay. It adds damage, but it doesn't get you the cards
Radiant
you need.
Charizard? It's Charizard.
It's shiny. That's the only thing. I mean, no, Charizard is actually pretty good, but it's not better than this.
So in this article on Pokemon.com, they actually show a couple different lists and a couple different looks here. But they show this pairing with like a 2/4 Galarian Moltres line. There's another list here that runs it with Vaporeon, which is pretty interesting. And then there's a third list that's kind of all over the place. But
it's
this
like
is
a
like
box
running
deck,
it like a boxed out, like running it with the Inteleon line, but also with like Starmie V and the Galarian Zigzagoon. But I don't know. I think we're going to see this card for a long time. I think that this is going to be something that a lot of people are going to run. You know, it's just going to have, it's so easy to modify any existing deck and just throw it in there, because pretty much anyone is going to be able to benefit from concealed cards. I think it's just a phenomenal ability that, you know, especially if you could have some kind of bench protection, or you're up against a deck that cannot do bench damage. This is golden, and this thing could drive you, like, if you get it on your bench early and you have bench protection and you can keep that thing on your bench, this could be something that can just grief your opponent the entire match, where you're just consistently drawing cards, consistently putting energies into your discard, and then consistently using other cards to pull those energies right back out. And
Exactly.
I just think it's
Even
a really
you could
powerful
just use
card.
something like the Stadium Training Court. So if you have a basic energy in your discard pile, put it back to your hand. So you discard 2 and you get it back. Discard 2, get it back.
Exactly. So like we said, it's a very playable card. You only need 1 for your deck, and it's $2 and change. So check the link in the description. Jump over to tcgplayer.com, grab one of these things. It's very inexpensive. I love when very playable cards, like TCG Player, the competition and the competitive scene drives the marketplace. So when you have a very playable card that's gaining in popularity and it's still really cheap, like, it's not about the flash, it's not about the full art, it's not about all this crazy hollow patterns and all this stuff. It's just a true workhorse that can apply to just about any deck out there. And for $2, I think that's really, really cool. All right, Adam, do you want to get into our... I was going to say, do you want to open packs or do you want to talk about some
I want to
Mewtwo
open
art?
packs. Look at this. Astral Radiance. I just opened one on our Instagram. Oh, man. I feel like I did an okay job on my reel.
I liked your reel a lot.
All right. Code card is RJJTT922X9Z4L. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Psychic Energy. Bronzong. Roxanne. Curlia. Togepi. Scytha. Quillfish. Combi. Chatot. Reverse Hollow is a Combi. And my rare is a Hisuian Bravery.
All right, so since I don't have a pack, I know you want to open another one anyway because you didn't. So go for it. Please.
All right.
Honors,
Next one
honors.
is going to be Brilliant Stars. It'll be silent for the audio listeners because I'm just going to put it up on our stream. That way here, if somebody gets it, they get it. If not, no harm, no foul.
All right, stream, chat, take note.
There's the code. There's the barcode. Not sure which one works, but it's Brilliant Stars. So hopefully it can be brilliant. We got a Lightning Energy, Choice Belt, Luxio. I love that art. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
like
great art.
Paint
Almost
colors.
looks like a Radiant.
Yeah. Gloria, Bidoof, Electabuzz, Howlucha, Buizel, Gibble, Reverse Hollow is a Vibrava, and a rare Wormadam.
You're not opening another one.
It's okay.
No.
I don't want to.
Down
anyways.
at him. But also, if you want to support the show, you could use our tcgplayer.com affiliate link. It's in the description. Just bookmark that link. Start your shopping journey there every time. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps out the show a lot. And you don't have to do anything different. Just start your shopping on our affiliate link. Any pages that you go on after that in your browsing session will give us credit towards our affiliate link and get some support from TCG Player. Phenomenal company. So hook us up and knock that out. But Adam, all right, let's talk about art. And
And
I did something a little bit.
Mewtwo. Let's talk about
Yeah,
Mewtwo.
I did something a little different on this one. So Mewtwo has a lot of cards. But what I specifically did was I wanted to look at Mewtwo full art cards. And I think that that's something. You know what? I'm gonna let's see, where are the ones here that I talked about? Hold on. I'm gonna pull up another website real quick. Give me 2 quick seconds because I haven't even published our blog yet for this episode. However, I am gonna go behind the scenes here and pull up our unpublished blog because I added these cards and I put some notes in there regarding the illustrators, and I want to talk about it, and that's where that data is. So let's
Well, I'm just saying, isn't the V Union, isn't that one also like a full art? Because I know that that's not...
when all 4 are together.
All 4.
All right, let me get back to this. And now for the people that are watching this live streamed, audio podcast will be available later in the week. If you're watching this on video, you can get the audio podcast later. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you could visit us on Twitch or YouTube and get the VOD of the video. All right, so this is our unreleased special conditions episode 114 blog. Here's a Radiant Greninja, but we're going to talk about a couple different Mewtwo cards here, and the first one being this incredible Mewtwo GX Full Art from Shining Legends. And I like these solid color background full arts.
Yes. Yep.
Until I saw the Japanese version and realized that solid color is this phenomenal hollow pattern that the American card just doesn't get. I was like, I feel ripped off. So, but anyway, I really like this. I love the blue outline on the card. But this is done by 5-Band Graphics. This is one of those artist collectives that we talked about a lot. And they've done 850 cards, primarily in 3D. And the majority of the cards are EX, GX, VMAXs, V, and a lot of the full arts, kind of the real flashy cards. And I even note here in the blog that the English version of this card is not nearly as cool as the Japanese version. Let me see. I don't think there's a Japanese
even the
version.
hollows look better, just in general.
You talk about in Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. The hollow patterns rule, but I really do like this. I think the blue outline of this one just kind of really makes it pop. Very, very cool design, and just a classic Mewtwo kind of like contorted look. This next one I have is Mewtwo EX Full Art from XY Breakthrough. Breakthrough was one of the sets when I first started getting back into collecting at volume. So I definitely love this set. But in this one, you can see Mewtwo. It almost looks like it's, I don't even know what attack that is. I don't think it's Shatter Shot or Damage Change like that's written on the card, but it's
that's
like kind of
definitely
has
like a Shadow Ball. It's
like it's summoning some kind of energy from its hand, psychic energy or something like that. It looks really, really cool. The background has this almost flame color to it. Definitely check out the blog if you're listening to this on audio so you can see what this looks like. But Ryo Ueda is the artist here. Ueda is another 3D artist. Again, a lot of the full arts are always typically done on computer or 3D. But Ueda has done 380 cards in total. It's one of the original 3D artists in the TCG. I think it was the second artist ever to use 3D modeling for TCG cards. So there was the original artist, and the name of that artist escapes me right now. But when that artist stepped away, Ueda was the one that came in. So it'd been making cards for a long, long time. I just think the background of this card makes it look exceptionally tough. It almost makes it look like fire. And very, very cool. Mewtwo looks very ominous, and I love the lighting effects on this card and how the shadow kind of is just cast on Mewtwo's face. It makes it look real tough. So very, very cool card.
It is pretty darn tough.
This next one is a very different look. Another 5-Bond graphics card.
This specific one I hold near and dear to my heart because
why?
This was the Mewtwo Wars. Anybody that played competitive will know that it was like you put 2 or 3 in your deck, and every deck ran like double colorless, and the X Ball did 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to both Pokemon, or attached to the defending Pokemon. So, hold on, scroll down a little bit.
This Pokemon and defending Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. So you do 20, 40, 60, 80, which would be like 160, and it's got 170, I think, for hit points.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically, if you could get that extra energy on, you could one-shot their Mewtwo, but then if they did their double colorless energy, they could one-shot your Mewtwo, so it's it was literally just a back and forth. Was
it that everyone was running Mewtwo at the time?
Yeah, everyone.
But the art on this card is phenomenal. Again, these full arts that have if I scroll back up, you could see the first card had the blue turquoise outline. The next card had the yellow outline. This one has a goldish outline. I don't know. It's just something that makes the Mewtwo look a little angelic. I don't know if that's the right word, but this background is just super cool. It's almost like this tie-dye storm of psychic energy. Very, very cool. Very classic look for Mewtwo. This might be one of my favorite Mewtwo cards ever released. And then we have one more here, and I had to pull this one in. This is the iconic Mewtwo card from the upcoming Pokemon GO set, which comes out 9 days from now. But we were cracking up last week when we pulled up the Radiant Charizard and the regular Charizard from the Pokemon GO set, and they had prices of like $599.
Yes.
This Mewtwo full art for pre-order on TCG Player, $999 right now. So absolutely out of control. but it is Mewtwo V. It's from N Design Inc., another one of these artist collectives that has only been doing cards since Brilliant Stars, which is really cool. And a lot of the cards that they've done are in the Pokemon Go set. And if you look on Bulbapedia at their cardography, I guess you can call it, you could see that there's just really, really cool, vibrant, bold renditions of all these Pokemon. And if you're a Pokemon Go player, which Mewtwo is available in Pokemon Go right now, you'll definitely know the scene that's depicted in this card, because in the original Pokemon Go trailer back in 2016, you had all these trainers like kind of rushing into Times Square to do this Mewtwo raid, and you had Mewtwo among the skyscrapers and among the billboards in Times Square, and that's exactly what you see in this card. It's just very, very iconic from a Pokemon Go perspective, so very cool that they recreated that experience from the trailer in card form. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. It's a Mewtwo V, and of course that means there will be Mewtwo VMAX, but the full art will lie with the V version. So Adam, out of these 4 cards, is your
Next
favorite
Destinies.
the Next Destinies one?
For sure.
That's the I it's just very cool. I don't know. Like if I was an artist and I could draw Mewtwo, this is how I would want to draw it. It just really, it screams Mewtwo from the TCG, more so than like in the games, more so than in the anime. When I think of Mewtwo in TCG form, this is the aesthetic I exactly think of. So very, very, very cool. But all right, that was card of the week, Adam. I mean art of the week. I good stuff. I think that the Pokemon Go set's gonna make everybody go broke.
Yes, for sure.
It's got Mewtwo, it's got Charizard,
Blastoise, Venusaur.
It's got Blissey on top of a Valor Gym. What?
That's gonna make people like Ken go after the set.
That's gonna make me go completely broskies. All right, but I think we should talk about one more topic before we take a break, and that is the North American International Championships power rankings that have been released. And Adam, I'm sure that you're going to, there's a couple cards in here that are right at home. I was very shocked to see one specific card on here, but as we run through the list, of course, number 1,
Palkia.
Origin Form Palkia V-Star. We talked about this last week. This card dominated Melbourne. Was it all top 8?
Yeah, all top 8. Yeah,
it was all top 8. So this card is just absolutely nasty. We talked about it last week. So we'll move on from it. But you have some of the usual suspects here.
Yep.
Yep.
It's just so consistent. Arceus V-Star.
Are you ready for number 4? This one made me really happy, and I was shocked to see it so high in the list.
Urshifu Rapid Strike VMAX.
This is like a tried and true card. I've been running this in TCGO. I've been having a blast playing it. I've been running it stock out of the box from the League Battle Deck, so I haven't even messed around with running it with Intellions or anything like that. But I don't know. This card has been a threat for a long time, and I guess with the release of some of the newer cards, it's still doing well. And for the NAIC coming up, I would love to see a top 8 deck running Rapid Strike Urshifu to let it hang with some of these newer cards like the Palkia or the Arceus.
It's still good. It's got like really great attacks.
It's just, with the threat of Psychic,
just a
though.
3 prize Pokemon that's weak to this number 2 spot. But if it's just facing Palkia and all the other decks, Arceus, it just kind of destroys Arceus.
Yeah, but what about Mew, though?
It dies against Mew.
Like, Mew looks at it and it dies.
They just flip over the Mew and like 4 Genesect on the bench, and you're like, yep, good game.
Yep, concede. Here's a handshake. And number 5, you were just talking about it, Hisuian Samurott V-Star. So
yeah, this one's really cool. And I noticed that they didn't really talk about the what is it? The Absol from this set. Sorry, I'm going back and forth here. Yeah, the Absol from Astral Radiance. For 1 dark, this attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. And then for 1 dark and 1 colorless, Claw Rend, it does 50 damage. If the opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, it does 70 more damage.
So
That's
would that be
120
something?
for 2 energies. I know that like it's not the strongest attack, but that means that they'll at least have 10, which means that's 130. And it's a basic, and it's a 1 prizer.
But do you run Absol in addition, like in your
Yeah.
Hisuian Samurott deck? Okay. And is that because of Dark Patch?
Yes. Yep. So you can
Okay.
get it going in 1 turn. And if it's the only
Very
thing
cool.
you have, like, instead of, I mean, like, the Galarian Zigzagoon is good, but it's like, that can just come out and just, the whole board has damage counters on it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to pay attention to this after the next round of tournaments to see if we start to see the Absol being run with the Hisuian Samurott, or even the Hisuian Samurott placing.
Listen, I got destroyed by Regigigas earlier today.
Okay. That's the topic that I definitely want to talk about next, is some of the wild top decks in Japan and in Milwaukee, because I was very surprised to see some of this stuff in top 8. But why don't we take a break first? We'll come back. We'll jump over to Limitless TCG, look at these deck lists, and actually talk a little bit about Lost Origin as well.
All right, sounds good. We'll be back right after this. And we are back. Thank you all for that break. People are listening, and I love it. But this podcast is powered by Patreon. Check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon GO and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord, and we hope to see you there. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Grant, Jamal, Magikarp Diem, Sue, Tish, TN Comics Wiz, Turtle Power, and Big Zom Minus. Thank you to our newest patrons, Christina, who joined at the Discord tier, Joseph and Brett, who joined at the show supporter tier, and the Cole for joining at the gym leader tier. Thank you so much. And huge thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith. Thank you so much. And make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us some reviews.
All right, Adam. We're already talking about the next set. Pokemon Go special set isn't even here yet. You would think that a set would be coming in August, but instead we have Lost Origin, which is the next set, and I don't know if you've checked out this PokeBeach article, but it's coming later. It's coming in September, which ultimately means this will not be legal during Worlds.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
It'll be the set that comes out after.
So remember what happened? Was it, I guess, 2 years ago, right? When the set that was released came out like a week before Worlds, right? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah. Yep.
I remember there being some situation where it was like the people had decks that they played through the entire season with, consistently played throughout, and then it was time for Worlds, and then everything got thrown on its head because all the new set came out. This, I guess they're trying to avoid that, and they're putting the release date on September 9th, which is post-Worlds. So
yeah,
very,
but that
very interesting.
still means that at Worlds they could do pre-releases.
Yeah, but they can't use the cards in their decks to compete.
Correct. But they can.
Oh, the cards will be around.
The hype for this. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, looking at these Japanese cards, we will not get the amazing holo patterns that Japan
I know.
gets.
It's very sad.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about this set. I haven't really looked too far into it. This is just a preview, but it says here, Last Origin features Giratina Origin Form V-Star. So this is could it be the answer to Palkia? Do you think this is going to be just as dominant
I
as
would
Palkia?
say so.
So that'll be
It's
really
going to be weak
interesting.
to dark, though. So I mean, I would assume.
Well, that could be a problem with Samurott and the Absol. You know what I mean? Like,
The
so
only thing
we'll
I
have
can
to
think
see.
of is that it'll have some sort of ability or attack that removes energy from play. Because I mean, there's a lot of speculation because it says Lost Origin, and there was the Lost Zone, and Lost World was like the stadium at the time, and you could like get rid of a card from the discard pile and throw it in the Lost Zone.
Yes. Understood.
So I mean,
We'll have to see.
you never know.
We'll have to see.
I'm sure there'll be something like that.
But typically, if you're not aware, the U.S. releases are kind of these conglomerates of the smaller, more frequent Japanese sets. So in May, you had Dark Phantasma and July's Lost Abyss in Japan. I would imagine that this set is going to kind of be the best of. From that, we get everything put together. But it just looks really cool. It says here a new product will release with Last Origin called a booster bundle containing 6 booster packs and a code card. So it's almost like an ETB without the ETB. It's just a giant pack of boosters. I can get down with that.
Now, and I know you don't want to hear this word specifically, so I won't say the word, but another card game did a 4-pack like little thing, and it was the most economical waste, like limited waste. And that's the one thing that I'll chime at Pokemon for. They're like, oh, let's do a tin, and it's this giant tin, and like there's this much packs.
No, dude, the packaging is so excessive on some of these boxes. It's so excessive.
Just give me the packs, the promo. You could make the promo like a little section that's cut out that you can see, and then make it like a nice, solid cardboard thing. Like, that looks nice. Another card game that's done it, and it's awesome. It's my favorite product that they have released.
Look, there's no reason for any of these Pokemon boxes to be the 2 inches thick that they are, because it's literally just dead space in the box.
Yep.
And it's absolutely pointless. It's so excessive.
And every tin, I'm like,
eco-friendly.
Toss it in the recycle bin. Like, there's nothing for me to do with it. Like, who is using all these tins and being like, oh, I have all this space for all these tins?
That's where you put your sewing kit and your thimbles and spools of thread.
No.
All right, it's just me.
Like, listen, I already have. I've thrown, not thrown away. I have put so many ETBs. I probably put 25 ETBs that were just empty in the recycle bin in the past like 2-3 weeks.
I just don't see that. I like those.
Listen, I have so many. I don't know what to do with them all.
I'm clicking on ads.
All right, don't click on the ads.
I'm not clicking on ads.
All right, so let's talk about the Japan Championship 2022.
All right, so first thing I want to call out
before we talk about the Milwaukee.
Well, I want to call this one thing out. So if we look back at the Indianapolis regionals, we're over on limitlesstcg.com. So most of the tournaments from this season, you're seeing player counts anywhere from Brisbane being like as low as 150, Perth 85 again with not a lot of travel happening in and out of Australia. That's understood. But you've got a lot of tournaments that are in like the 200, 300, 400 participants. The regionals in Indianapolis had 1,017, and it was like this huge deal. We're like, oh my God, this tournament is massive. The Japan Championships, 1,718 participants. Absolutely insane. And there's only one additional thing that's more insane in that player count, Adam, and that is going to be the winning deck. Talk to me about this.
I love this
how this
so
works.
much. So I got several games taken from me today from this. So long story short, Regigigas, it has 150 hit points. It's a big basic. It has an ability called Ancient Wisdom. Once during your turn, if you have Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regieleki, and Regidrago in play, you may attach up to 3 energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. That is any energy. So that is twin energies, aurora energies, any special energies. So for 5 energies, Gigaton Break. It does 150 damage. If your opponent's active is a VMAX, this attack does 150 more damage. I was playing Jolteon VMAX, and this thing one-shotted me 2 different times on 2 different occasions.
280 hit points on...
No, okay, so 150 plus 150 is 300.
Yes, it's 300.
Jolteon is 300.
Jolteon is 300, okay. Wait, so you're telling me that you have to have all the Reggies in play at the same time?
All of them.
Oh, that's got to be exciting to watch. I gotta watch this video.
So it's caused a lot
played.
of decks to play the stadium that makes all special energies just one colorless.
Yeah.
The Tower of Sinnoh or Coliseum of Sinnoh or something like that. Or the Collapse Stadium, which makes it so they can only have 4 bench Pokemon. Those are the only easy ways.
But where did this deck come from though?
Out of nowhere, and that's what's so awesome about it.
Look at this. It's $30. You could put this deck together for $30. That's so cheap in the grand scheme of things. That's so incredibly cheap. And I just love this Pokemon spread. 2 of each of the Reggies across the board and nothing else. It's absolutely hilarious. I have to see this deck in action. But when I looked back at this winning list, you have Palkia, Arceus, Palkia, and then in the 9th spot, the Reggies again. Why are the Japanese players running Reggies? I don't know where this came from. It's so cool, though. Very, very cool.
Yeah, and effectively, you don't really do anything. I mean, you can attack with the other ones, but like the Regice, it says if the defending Pokemon's Pokemon V, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So, effectively, that's a stall tactic. Registeel does 220. This attack does 50 damage less for each colorless in your opponent's active retreat cost. So if it had free retreat, you're done for. Regirock, Giga Impact for 140. That would only be used against Arceus V. But Regidrago is so good. It has Dragon's Horde once during your turn. If this is your active spot, you can draw cards until you have 4. So they would just run out their hand, leave this active, and then just draw. Yeah.
Collect cards.
Yeah, and so they're just using Ultra Ball, Quick Ball. They're using Professor's Research just to dump all their special energies. So, yeah, this is rough. This is rough.
Wild. No, I totally love this. I thought it was really cool. And there's only, when it comes to obscure decks, there's only one thing cooler, in my opinion. One thing cooler than the Reggies, and that was in Milwaukee. Not the fact that Arceus and Duraludon took first place, which is a different look on the Arceus deck, but in second place, we have the Blissey Miltank line, which is absolutely hilarious. 4 Blissey V with 1 Miltank in there, and Miltank having the ability Miracle Body, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V, and you just keep this thing in there. I mean, why is Miltank so popular right now?
Because of that ability.
But it's a V Max card or a V Star card considered?
Yes. Yep.
Aha. Okay. That's where that was my disconnect, because I was like, who else is going to be just running Vs, right? But if it counts for the V Star and V Max, now it makes a lot more sense. Wow. But my dude, Blissey V, we talked about this in a couple episodes ago. But the fact that this thing just does this compiling damage over and over and over, I just love the fact that this thing is in the top 3. It's in the top 2. Again, where did this come from?
Again, and what's up with it's $35 to build.
And what's up with this Duraludon line? I mean, this Duraludon and Arceus, but look at this one, $90. $90 to put this one together. But we haven't heard really much of anything from Duraludon this season. And all of a sudden it's in a winning deck. I love it. We talked about, you even said last week, you're like, I don't like when the meta gets stale. I don't like when 2 or 3 decks become so dominant that that's what we see tournament in, tournament out. We see the same stuff. And we saw that for a while with Mew. And then Arceus came in. And then Palkia came in. And now you have these curveballs coming out from left field with
because if you can stop
Blissey.
the standard decks and like the competitive decks that are super like elite, like they've been carved down to this perfect 60. Like, how are they going to fit the 1 or 2 cards or like the 3 or 4 that you need to compete with each of these specific individual Pokemon decks? Like, how are you going to defeat Regigigas and Duraludon and the Blissey? Like, you have to get rid of all those extra Pokemon. So how are you going to do it?
I don't think you can. You're going to end up being in a position where if you get faced with something that hard counters you, you're just going to be on beat street. Like, there's going to be nothing you can do because it's going to be impossible for you to counter them all. So you just had to hope that you get paired with someone that you can take out, because I think that what you're going to start seeing is a lot of like blowouts because the decks are just going to not be set up to have any answers.
Yeah.
So very, very interesting. I love it. I think it's very cool that we're starting to see all these different looks come through and do super well in these tournaments. But Adam, that's a show, man. We did it.
That is a show.
We done did good.
We done did the thing.
We did the thing.
All right. You can email us, info@specialconditionstcg.com. Leave us a voicemail. Text us. Send us a picture. 732-835-8639. We would love to hear from you and what your experience was. Pokedad Rick, if you went to Milwaukee Regionals and you played, I just want to know what you thought of the whole event and what you played and stuff. Please write in. It's been a while. I'd love to read some emails. But if that's it, Ken, is that it?
That's it, man.
All right, trainers. Remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.